All right. Welcome in, everybody, for part 3, the final part of The Tale of Stolen Treasure. We're back with our 3 dwarven adventurers. We have Brett playing the fabulous Thad. We have Ryan playing the awestruck and stone-hearted Dougal. And we have our half-blind pirate, Bojangles, being played by James. A quick recap, as the adventuring party had washed up on shore of the island of Dragon Maw, escorting their elven employer, Yedra, through the rough jungle of the island, climbing the mountain into the opening of the Dragon's Maw, finding the entrance into the lair. They went down deep into a cave system that led into a stairway, marching down to stone doors that opened into the Templar's lair. After entering, it seems to be abandoned and destroyed. A raging river crossed through the ruins and splitting the party as a couple of them caught in the current. Bojangles and Dougal fighting off acidic slime that came out of the crystals housed in the walls of the cave, as Yedra and Thad talk about their exploration and what exactly happened to the Templars. And that's where we're going to start back, over with Thad. You and Yedra had come through the broken down doors into what seemed to be the main area, kind of the common room of this Templar enclave. What has now been kind of cut into pieces by this river that raged its way through. You had found many skeletons scattered across the floor, weapons thrown about, furniture destroyed, as if some sort of battle occurred here. I dodged a couple of traps, and now you have free reign to kind of look around. We will... Oh yeah, we'll go into their panel just to view Yedra and Thad. Perfect. Well, what do you think, Thad?
think I'm glad you're here. Didn't fall in that pit.
Yeah, how's your leg doing? I know you got caught there a little bit.
Oh, it's fine. Maybe a scratch.
Ah, perfect. I'd hate to have to, go back, but you let me know if you have to rest or anything.
Will do. I'm curious, you're the historian here. Have you heard any tales of anything attacking here? I know you said they just disappeared, but obviously they were attacked somewhere from the inside that they were trying to keep out.
Well, like I had mentioned, the Templars had slain the dragon that had taken the dragon's heart gem centuries ago. So they were definitely a force to be reckoned with. I know their parties was a mixture, primarily humans, with a couple other humanoid orcs, elves, maybe even a few dwarves that made their ranks. But after they found the dragon's heart, it seemed like the records of them had been kept hidden. So I don't know what exactly caused this, but possibly a mutiny inside. Could have been something trying to get revenge. I'm not quite sure.
Dragons usually don't work together, but maybe something sought revenge on, from them kill the dragon and steal the heartstone. It's whatever looks something big.
And you see it kind of pushes his glasses up a little bit. Well, most dragons kind of stay away from each other, especially the angrier chromatics like red, black, and I believe blue. White and green sometimes more or less go together. And then there's some far off ones, the orange, the yellow, the purple dragons. Very few exist out there, so it's hard to tell. I actually don't recall the kind of dragon that was originally the one who took the dragon's heart. They said it was ferocious, and other dragons actually feared it.
That could all be folklore trying to make themselves feel better, but who knows at this point?
But that, if you don't mind me asking a little, what do you think of the story of these Templars going into this dragon's home and killing it just to take its treasure?
Well, everyone has their motives. That's what the dragon was doing now. Maybe it's terrorizing. I mean, we are on an island, so I guess not, but I don't know. I didn't really think about it very much, honestly. I'm here for a job and try and get that done. Money is a good motivator, though. Power, greed.
I understand. And it does seem, I don't know, like nowadays, a lot of people are kind of like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Almost feels wrong just coming in to kill him, steal its stuff, but the world's a cruel place.
And hypothetically, say we were to find out that the dragon's heart, say, belonged to a dragon. How and you found out that a group was going to kill it and take its treasure from it. What would be your response to that?
Are we just in a realm of hypothetical? I
Strictly.
think it depends on who will find out and what the recourse would be. So, not against it, but not entirely for it.
Okay, so you would talk first.
Yeah, not necessarily the dragon, of course. You don't want him knowing you're coming.
But would you just walk into its home and take what belongs to it?
Probably wouldn't. I feel like the only good time to take vengeance on a dragon is exactly that. It's when they're terrorizing your own folk.
Ah, so you'd be more of a responsive type.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And Yedra kind of looks around. There sure is a lot of bodies.
That there are. Are you fascinated by death or something?
No, the whatever came through here must have been quite strong. But it seems, I mean, with this river kind of running through here, and all good, Brett.
I can hear you now. I can see you and James.
Good.
Can you see Brian?
Who else? No. Try leaving.
For technical difficulty. I know. Yeah, let's run with it. We'll see if you and Ryan end up communicating much anyway.
True.
Rude.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're saying to each other.
I can see him just fine.
Sorry, Yidra, you completely cut out. It looked like you were talking to yourself instead of out loud.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. With the water line running through, creating these flows through the flooring, this definitely has been here a long time for this type of erosion.
Yeah, I've been banking on that. They're been so long. Hopefully, they won't be around still. Unless it was another dragon, then it could very well still be here.
Yeah, depending, they live for thousands and thousands of years.
Yeah.
Hopefully not thousands and thousands. My understanding, the older they get, the stronger they get.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That'll be that'll be our issue.
You'll protect me, right?
Yeah, you keep me from falling in holes. I'll keep you from getting burnt alive.
I love this companionship. I think this is working.
There we go. Well,
All right.
what do you think of this room? Press forward. I don't see anything else here. It's catching my eye.
I think either we backtrack and go through one of the other corridors. It seems like there might be some more this way. He points to his right. Or we would have to cross the rivers.
I don't really want to cross the rivers after what happened last time we tried. So, do you want to head back up towards the north and see where that gate went? You seemed quite interested in that.
Sure, it seemed interesting. I could peer through and I saw more bodies, so maybe more of their temple.
Could be. Let's go take a look. Don't forget about that massive pit we found. Try to dance around that.
Yeah, let's maybe follow the way we got across.
Might be a good idea. I'll start walking up there.
All right, so Yedra and Thad go back north up to the door by the pit and go across it. While that was going on, let's go back down to Bojangles and Dougal. Having dealt with the acidic slimes and falling into the pits of acid, you've brushed yourselves off and continue to adventure through these long, winding cave tunnels.
Twas a fair fight.
I told you it would be.
I did all the heavy lifting. Simmer down.
It's those calf races, son. Where do you think we should go and head now?
You're the captain. I will follow you.
All right. I don't think we're gonna backtrack. I think we're gonna go more to the left, through the narrowing, to the left, or our right.
All right. You follow the winding tunnel around off to your right, following it down. It leads to another path running into a flowing river. The current flowing strong, going to your left. You can see land across in both directions to your left and right. You can see kind of a middle island still carved above the river right here. And then you can see it leads to more land mass a little further down from that. Off to your left, where the river is flowing down, you can see another landmass entrance to another winding cave tunnel.
I think we're gonna go more towards kind of this landmass through here first. Well, in looking at that flow of that river, with my coat, I can make it and swim across. Or is that a stronger current?
Much similar to the current you already swam through. You know, you'll swimming against it, you can beat it and go through. You're not quite sure about Dougal, as you had to help him across before.
Dougal, why don't you just hop on, pops back really quick? I'm gonna swim us across to this mass right over here.
I hand him a cigar. And some jerky.
We'll go across. You've been hiding jerky this whole time.
You never know when you need it.
Freaking arse. Alright, so we'll swim across to this.
Right. So you're gonna swim across with Dougal like hugged on your back?
Tightly squeezed.
All right, for that, roll me an athletics check. All right.
Are you saying we're going into difficult terrain, by the way?
Mm-hmm.
For you, yes.
No, I'm
For Bojangles.
Okay.
We still have that rope too.
Oh, so Dougal on your back. The two of you dive into the river. Dougal hanging on tight onto Bojangles. You begin swimming. Dougal's weighing you back, and you slowly start to drift back down the river.
All right, so we're gonna I'm gonna try and angle us towards that shore, just following the path, and then to the shore right in front of us. Kind of like grab a hold over there, and I'm pulling back onto the land.
You use the current and continue more to move to the other side, and end up being able to grab hold of the shore on the other connection to the tunnel.
We'll get back up on that landmass through there.
You climb up against the eroded flooring of the cave, climb up. Both of you get settled. Dougal, wrings out his shirt. Bojangles, you take your hat off and dump out some water and put it back on. You look ahead and you see another cave tunnel that winds around, another flow of the river cutting through the land, but you're not a distance too in the way. You can kind of jump over it if you wanted to cross.
Yeah, I'd say we jump over it. What do you say?
Aye, let's go for it.
All right.
No one tosses a dwarf.
Depends who you ask. The two of you, enough jump distance that you just clear over that little bit of river and find the cave tunnel winds around into a larger open room with other branching tunnels going off to your right and further straight forward, continuing. And as you walk down this tunnel, you feel this almost hum in your head, kind of. Like a slight vibration, more on your mind than your body.
You want to walk towards that?
I mean, can I make some kind of check towards that, or
Do
In which way?
towards the humming?
Make me an Arcana check. Both of you can. Neither of you are familiar with this strange feeling, but you notice as you take steps closer or further down the pathway, the hum becomes slightly stronger with each step.
I mean, we killed the acid blobs. I mean, what worse can happen? As he lights up a cigar.
If ever there were famous last words.
Oh. Oh boy.
What with this winding cave system, different tunnels branching out, you walk toward the center of it all and can see different tunnels going in different directions. Which way do you guys decide to go?
I say we go closer to the hum.
You should say that to Dougal.
I was talking to Beal.
I'll follow you, my captain, but if I die, I'm gonna haunt you as a ghost, so...
My captain, sir.
Eating that wet jerky. All right, I'll follow you.
All right. We're going to slowly kind of pace ourselves.
Okay, so you're following this almost psychic hum that you're feeling. You kind of circle around the room a bit to see where it's stronger. You go to the nearest one, the path to your right, going up. As you walk into that tunnel, the hum becomes a little weaker with each step away. You come back into the room and continue forward on the way you were going, and with each step, the hum continues to get stronger. You take a few steps, and right about here in the tunnel, the hum is so strong you can't even really get a clear thought through.
Hmm.
Can I see what's producing the hum at all, or?
You look down the tunnel ahead of you and all around you. You don't see anything that stands out, abnormal for this cave system. You see the same glowing crystals lining the walls. Still a little untrustworthy of them as the slimes came out of some ones in that other room. But you look around as you kind of follow where the hum is getting stronger and stronger. You end up going over to the wall to your right, and the hum is almost maddening as you get this close. And you put your hand onto the wall, and you can actually feel it almost quickly vibrating.
Can I do an investigation check on it?
What are you investigating about it?
Like the humming of the wall?
Are you, looking for the surface of the wall? Are you trying to see through cracks?
Trying to see through cracks, kind of seeing like what's causing it.
Okay, seeing if anything abnormal stands out with it. Roll me an investigation. You look over the wall in front of you, putting your hand against it. Everything seems normal. From looking around, what you can kind of surmise is what is causing this maybe on the other side.
There's something big down there as he's taking a puff of his cigar, but we're okay.
I'm trying to think of what I can do to kind of drown out the noise. Trying to see if there's anything on our person that can help drown out the noise so we can go a little bit further.
Kind of ruffling through your pack, you try a few things, taking some cotton, pieces of cloth, kind of jamming them in your ears. That's not working, so you can surmise that it's nothing to do with sound. You touch that wall, seems to be vibrating. You put your hands down on the floor. The floor doesn't have that same kind of reverberation against it. So you think it's something more in your head. And as you step away, kind of away from the wall and back down the tunnel a little bit, the hum begins to get quieter as you get away from it.
Gotcha. Well, I'm not sure, dude. What do you think we should do here?
You're the captain. I'll just follow you. I don't think these hummings are good indications. We already dealt with one earlier. I don't think these are good ideas.
We wrap quickly around going back to the tunnel to the top. I think that's kind of where we were going to come in anyway. Kind of see if it makes it there.
Going, while you were searching that room, that top tunnel that you had gone through where the hum had begun to get a little quieter, you looked through and you were able to see that tunnel branched out onto that shoreline that you were aiming for originally.
Right. And then is there another pathway up and to the left?
You follow the tunnel up, going to that open shoreline area, and you do find a tunnel branching out to your left.
All right, so we're gonna go on up through there, and then kind of keep our mind ears open to see if we hear any coming through that direction.
All right. So you continue through into that tunnel, and as you get about here, the hum in your head is very similar to how it was before on the other side. Extremely loud. You can't even hold a clear thought in your head. More kind of just going off of basic movements. You even try to say something to Dougal, and kind of just this sound comes out of you as you can't make even words come together with this loud hum in your head.
So obviously there's something in that direction. I don't know how we can go through. Can we kind of just power through it? Kind of take steps until it gets a little too dangerous.
You take a few steps forward, moving through the tunnel, and as you actually get away from that area of the wall and walking away from it, the hum does begin to get quieter.
Okay. All right, you can follow me. It's getting a little bit quieter this way.
I
I'm gonna kind of
follow
go
him.
down that pathway. I'm trying to stay away from that side of the wall. There might be something inside of the wall below us, and the humming could be coming from there too. Or left.
You move through the tunnel, coming out toward the other side of it, and it opens up into this massive area of cave land, flowing river with an even stronger current than the ones you've come up upon earlier, cutting through the area. And that is where we're going to leave Dougal and Bojangles for a moment. We're actually going to go back up to Thad and Yedra. The two of you had retraced your steps and gone on to the other side of where the pitfall trap was with the spikes. Crossed over using the ropes. You lead the way.
Alrighty. Let's back up. I'm going to try to retrace my steps from where I went. It's basically right there.
You come up to a gate. The door is unlocked, rusted over a little bit, but still functioning.
I just do a quick check, make sure I'm not gonna set something else off.
You look over the metalwork of the gate. Everything seems to be normal, just a hinged door to the gate. What looks like was a lock on it that had been smashed to pieces, as if something had been jammed in and ripped the lock mechanism out. So the gate kind of just freely hangs there, where you can just kind of push it.
I'm gonna do just that. Push it. And step on over to the other side, start peering in. What are the, over here? Like the little fog around the skeletons.
Yedra comes around you. He kneels down to the skeleton and kind of touches the floor around it and onto the bones. It seems to be, again, that thick sand, almost with something keeping it together.
Is there any monster you know of that uses sand or turns people into sand?
Peter kind of sits there, contemplating, thinking. Not that comes to mind immediately. Maybe some sort of sea creature?
Maybe something that would say maybe destroy a boat?
Possibly that.
Alright.
Which is slightly terrifying when you think about it.
Yeah. I mean, the river felt pretty deep to me when I was in it, but I didn't get a good check to see if a sea monster could get in.
You move about the room. Everything in it has been destroyed. With a few cages thrown into the river to your left as you're walking up on it. Only kept in there by chains that at this point are barely hanging on. A large cage flattened onto the ground with broken chains dangling off of it. Looks like at one point it was hanging, has now fallen down, and you can see remains of skeletons underneath of the cage. More and more skeletons cover the floors around you, encased in this almost sand cocoon.
This sand, I don't know. It's kind of freaking me out here. So,
Yeah, it looks like it's covering. He touches under one of the skeletons. Every bit of them. I think they suffocated.
huh. Well, this is quite different than the other room. They're clearly torn apart by something. Now these guys are suffocated to death from sand.
Maybe multiple?
Maybe. Is there a sand?
You know, I begin to hate this more and more.
Yeah, I'm with you there, but we're here. We'll be fine. It'll be fine.
And how long did Bojangles say until the ship would be ready to leave? In case, we flee.
I think it's 24 hours, but the ship isn't just a ship, it's like alive. I don't know if we'd be able to sail it. I don't know if it will listen to anyone else besides Bojangles.
So what you're saying is right now, technically, we have no idea if Dougal or Bojangles are still alive. And without Bojangles, we can't leave.
Something like that. I'm sure they're alive. I mean, we haven't really heard anything crazy, right? If it was some massive monster, you'd hear something in this large, echoey area.
Hopefully, though, there are some creatures. He pushes his glasses up again, such as cloakers and certain ghosts that actually silence their enemies before killing them, their prey.
Wait, did you see that behind you? I'm just like pointing and look like I'm really scared. Start trying to pick out a little bit.
Did you see something?
Yeah, it's something that looked like it was cloaked, like in darkness.
That's it. I'm leaving. He opens the next gate. Just starts walking through. That open space is way too dangerous.
Yeah, this is nice dark corridors, much better.
I mean, at least you can see it coming.
Yeah. What do you think? I think the farther west we go, the further away we are from the others. I think we need to try to get south. This is feeling like we're just connecting back up to where we were.
Do you see that?
See what?
He walks forward over some rubble, broken down doors, and stones that had been thrown against. Here. And he points off into this direction. You can see around a wall a large opening. It looks like some sort of camp set up on the other side of the river from you. another piece of the same land, stone tiling, much like the ones you're standing on currently.
Doesn't look more fresh.
I can't tell from here, but I can see what looks like somebody had built a campfire, and there's some stones and things put together kind of in a circular fashion. But it looks like it was after whatever happened here happened. I don't think we're the first ones to discover this.
Maybe we should be a little quieter just in case. I didn't notice any signs of recent activity though, so I don't know.
Maybe something after killing the Templars has been living here?
Just as we were fearing, maybe whatever killed the Templars is still here. Do we want
Now, I have a slight idea.
Okay, I like the sounds of that.
Just going through the story with the Dragon's Heart, kind of just following the strings. Dragons. Dragons can hold grudges for ever, basically.
They are angry creatures.
What if, per se, the dragon that the Templars slew and took the gem from had a mate or children?
Or they didn't even kill it and they just somehow stole it away. People do like to boast.
That is true, but I'd assume, if they took it, the people around would have seen that same dragon, but the stories of them conquering the dragon at least all match up to each other.
That inspires a little more confidence, but I don't like the sounds of a mate or offspring or.
A mate would be the worst case scenario because, well, this happened a long time ago. And if it was already at maturity, this thing would be past an adult dragon and start getting to something of myth, like an ancient.
Yeah. So hopefully offspring. My question is, if it is in there, so far, it's more likely to be in that room. It looks newer. Do we really want to go in there alone? Two of us.
Probably not. Should we go try and cross the rivers to get over to Bojangles and Dougal?
I don't see any other choice. I don't want to face a mythical ancient dragon alone.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
No. Quite confident in myself, but I'm not stupid.
But let's go back the way we came.
Alrighty.
Zedra kind of leads the way back. He goes to the end of the tunnel and makes a right turn.
Just follow me. They had to be fairly far south. I don't think there's any other real direction they could have gone from.
I agree. Now, while we're on the subject, Thad, and I'll say I have come to enjoy your acquaintance. So, could I run another hypothetical question by you?
If you must.
So, following the story, Dragon has gem, Templars kill dragon. Something related to that dragon comes back and gets revenge on the Templars. Is that thing in the wrong.
It's all a matter of perspective. And
Well, I'm asking yours.
While I'm doing this, I'm gonna look at him because it just feels awfully suspicious the way he's acting. Just see if he is actually an elf, or if he's something disguised as an elf.
You look over Yedra. Appearance-wise, you look him over. He seems like a standard high elf. Long blonde hair, pointy ears, small, thin-framed spectacles that he continues to push up his face. He does stand very straight and tall. Other than that, roll me a perception check.
Oops.
You could cast Detect Magic if you want.
I was just thinking, is that be very obvious to him if I cast Detect Magic?
It does require a verbal component, so you would have to speak the words.
I'll try to see if I can do my perception. Not very perceptive.
He walks very straight up, what looks like, proper etiquette. He seems like he comes from some sort of noble family. Like he uses proper etiquette even when he's walking. But he walks with, his shoulders broad, very straightforward, even for a man who to this point has seemed somewhat cowardly.
I'm gonna just say to him, like, I don't know why I haven't thought about this before, but it might not hurt. Let me just see if there's anything around the magical sense, and I'll just start trying to cast Detect Magic and see what he does.
Oh, sure. And you cast Detect Magic, expelling your spell slot, and open your senses around you. You kind of highlight the area immediately in your vicinity. You look around, everything around you seems fairly non-magical. So you do see a faint red aura off in the distance, but because it's not, close to you, you can't really make it out. You look over at Yedra, and he does have a slight glow to him, as if there's magic, not necessarily just in him, but surrounding him.
Would I know if that would mean he's disguising himself, or would it just be, hey, there's magic here?
You're able to detect the school of magic. It doesn't. You can tell he's not using any sort of spell like disguise self or anything like that.
Okay. I'm just gonna lay my cards out. Like, whew. Makes me feel a little better. There's some weird aura out in the distance over there, and I'll point to wherever that was. And you seem to be a bit magical yourself.
Oh, yes. Essentially everything I'm wearing has a magical enchantment to it.
Yeah. As am I. As am I. All right.
But as you were, you want to cross first?
Sure. I'll check this plank here and see. Kind of like put a foot on it, see if it breaks or not.
You see this stone pillar that has fallen across. It's stable. It looks like it fell, and parts of it broke, but actually sliding it into place, keeping it holding firm.
I'll just walk across that. What was your question again? Sorry, I got a little carried away.
Oh, question more on morality. If something like a child or a mate were to get revenge on the group of Templars for killing the other dragon and taking its treasure, would they really be in the wrong?
I think they could be. See now, probably in the eye of who's getting the revenge, no. Because they killed their mate or their father or mother or whatever. But in the eyes of those who loved those paladins, yeah, you're going to be in the wrong. Just all depends on who wins in the end, how it all gets written out.
I think we can jump over to here. There's short enough space.
With your long legs or my short legs?
I think I think you can make it too.
Try to jump.
You can.
Okay.
You jump across.
And then try to jump down here.
You take a leap over, crossing it seamlessly. It's just a about
like
3 to 4 foot jump.
Okay, yeah, it's not bad. So, I'll be honest with you there, Yitra, you got me a little worried the way you're asking all these questions about is it wrong to be killing all these guys? Like, almost like you were disguised as whatever did it.
Oh, no. I don't know. It's almost like a fairy tale if you think about it. You know, one party wronging the other, getting revenge, possibly seeing that revenge wasn't the outcome that they thought it would be. You know, these are the things bards dream of.
Ah, is that what you are?
No, but I do love hearing the stories whenever I see a bard in a tavern. Is that acid?
I don't know, I was just looking at it.
I believe it is. I'm gonna stay close to the wall.
What's on the wall here, though? See this gray yellow stuff?
Looks like that glowing crystal formation we did see earlier.
Yeah. It's a little on edge and trying to stay off the edge.
All right, and there we're gonna give time to see how Bojangles and Dougal are doing. So Bojangles, Dougal, the two of you have gone, round and around in these tunnels, almost losing track of your sense of direction on the outside, and honestly, even what time it is outside. Hours have gone by of moving through these tunnels. You come out on the last tunnel, like I mentioned, to that wide open room with high ceilings, large river cutting through the land here, with a current rushing even faster than the ones you've crossed before. You see the two sides of the land, the one you're currently on and the one off to your right, and the path in front of you continuing down to your left.
And then no humming through there.
You do still feel that hum where you are right now.
But it's a little quieter as we move down.
Yeah.
All right, Dougal. I've led us here. What do you think we should do? I don't think I'm getting us anywhere.
I want to stay away from them humming stones. I don't think it's anything good for us.
Okay. And Rob, my eye what does my eye patch do again? I know I can see through the.
You're able to see through the ship, the Hawk's Nest.
Gotcha. I'd like to pull out my eye patch. I think we're gonna keep going a little bit further into the out of the tunnel where the water is. You think maybe we should mark something and leave something behind so we don't get lost? Set up a marker on the shore. Because I'm thinking maybe
Bojangles
this.
goes to Dougal.
Yeah, to Google. Bad.
What was that?
Never mind. I was thinking just so I don't get lost in the tunnels.
So we're trying to go across the river.
Is that what you want to do?
I mean, we don't have much to do here.
Yeah, let's do it. I think we'll do the same thing. Just hop on my back, and then kind of let the current take us down a little bit on the other side of the shore.
Nope, I got this. I'm going to use my winged boots and just fly across.
Fine.
The man remembers he has winged boots finally.
I'll get my coat and swim across.
So from
I've
here,
got a
Dougal
lot of
kinda
items in my inventory.
just kind of takes off. Honestly, Bojangles, you didn't even know he had winged boots. This is the first time of your knowledge, and he has had you carry him before, and you feel kind of appalled as he just flies across the river.
But those gains looking good, buddy. Those gains looking good.
He's got cheat codes. I want to use a cheat code. I'm doing R2, R2, L1, R2, left down, right up, left down, right up.
You open the pause menu.
Yes. L2, R2, box triangle, box triangle.
Bojangles, you go to the area of the shore where the swim across would be the shortest, and you walk down, you look around, and roll me a perception check. And you have stone cutting, so actually roll it at advantage.
That's right.
All right. So you kind of look around and go to dive into the river to swim across, and you look back and something kind of catches your eye about the wall behind you. You notice a portion of it is actually discolored to the rest of it.
The one right behind me?
Yes.
I see that. I'd like to kind of go over to it and... Can I touch it and do a stone cutting?
Yes.
Okay. Let Dougal know that I'm up to something. Signal him.
Are you eating jerky again?
No, I'm out of jerky.
Can I shoot a crossbow or a crossbow bolt across the river with a rope attached to it so it makes it easy for him to cross it?
No.
No.
Do you have a light crossbow or heavy crossbow?
Light crossbow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got a heavy one, maybe a bolt with it. But so Bojangles, you look over the wall. You come to this section of it that is discolored and actually seems like made out of a different type of stone entirely. And you kind of look around it, and it begins at a certain portion, it ends, and around there is this large crack that moves up and around. And you take a step back and look at it, and it actually looks like a large boulder had just been slammed in here, blocking some sort of route.
I look over to Dougal and let him know that I got something.
I just give him the old okay while I'm cheating a cigar.
Look back at him, say, fly your happy ass back over here.
I have to wait 4 hours to use the boots again.
Yeah, 1 second.
I'm pretty sure it's 4 hours, isn't it?
Probably.
Doesn't it let you fly for a certain amount of time? I think you're correct that you can activate them like once every few hours, but
Let's consult the internet.
and I'm
I mean, we can just
gonna
swim across,
I'm gonna
come
look at
grab you
them.
really quick.
1 minute of duration, or up to 4 hours. Okay. While you wear the boots, you have a flying speed equal to your walking speed. You can use the boots to fly up to 4 hours. Okay, so I can fly back.
Okay.
Cool.
I fly gracefully across the river while smoking a cigar. Like doing the lay down, just like chiefing it across. Exactly.
His boots just kind of fly him across while he's laid back.
And then if we kind of go up towards the stone, do we hear any more humming coming out of there?
Yes, as you approach the stone, the humming does get louder.
Coming from in there.
And then both of you roll me a perception check. Normal.
Normal.
I rolled a nat 1 and still got an 8.
Okay. So you go up to the door, or to the boulder. What do you guys want to do with it?
You led
I
us
wanna
here,
open it.
Captain. Get it.
I want to open it, but I know once we open it, we're gonna run into some shit. So, shenanigans. And then now, now I'm kind of thinking where the other half of our group is, because we might want their help as well.
But you didn't think of that, did you?
No, I just did though. I'm still heartbroken over my ship.
Well, Dougal, you are the demolition expert.
I did have a bunch of dynamite strapped together.
Blow that sucker.
I want to blow this sucker up.
Let's make things go boom.
Jangles, you back up,
Put me on that other side of the corner.
hiding behind a large boulder.
Knock my ass into the river.
You kneel down and begin, pulling your dynamite out, setting up the long fuse to it so you have enough room to back away. And as you kind of set it down, you find like a nook in the stone that you're able to just kind of jam the sticks into that'll hold it there. You hear this sound from above you. And what do you think you're doing?
Take a big drag out of the cigar. I'm gonna blow some shit up unless you're gonna tell me otherwise.
You. It echoes above you in this dark cavern. Destroy someone else's home.
Whose home is it?
Well, but of mine, of course.
Kind of flick some of the ash out of the cigar. So whose home is it then? Who are you?
Well, I could tell you my name, but why not tell you a story?
Only if there's whiskey involved in this story.
Oh,
And jerky.
it will be a night to remember.
I yell back at Bojangles. I guess it's story time.
My my head out just a little bit.
Mortals and their man. Well, let me tell you once of a great dragon ruled over lands. Soared high above the skies, feared by many, including other dragons. She found a nice home to hide her greatest treasure. The mortals of the land banded together, came into her home, slew her in her own lair while she was asleep. They took her greatest treasure and hid it on an island far, far away, where they didn't understand the treasure that they had even stolen and the powers it possessed. Little did those mortals know that dragon had a child that would grow with hatred in its heart for them. They tried to hide their tracks so that it may never find them. But it finally found its parents' treasure, took revenge on the group, finally having a domain of its own and the treasure that rightfully belonged to it. And every so often, other mortals go into its home, trying to kill it in its sleep and steal its treasure.
Dougal immediately takes his fingers and delights the fuse immediately. Well, I don't want to piss off any dragons because I'm just a short dwarf. Got a lot of dynamite, but I'm not gonna do a lot of damage to a dragon.
Oh, don't get cold feet now. You've come into my hunting grounds.
Captain, what do we do
I
now?
mean, don't you love the flowing rivers that I carved through the land itself?
Not really. Almost drowned twice, so I'm not a big fan of them.
I look out and I'm like, where do all the rivers go to?
Yeah, where do the rivers go to?
They flow out to the open sea, where one might wreck a few vessels.
I shed one tear for the fallen ship.
I'm sorry. Was your ship precious to you?
Not to me personally, but to one of my good friends, Bojangles. His ship was wrecked. He's very depressed right now.
Did you just wreck one of my ships? As I look out and ask.
If you would like, I can leave your bones with it.
So this is gonna end in a fight.
That's up to you.
What do you want from us?
You come to steal my treasure. What do you offer in return?
Well, we didn't come to steal your treasure. We're explorers, so we're exploring what is here.
And it just so happened you came across the door to the treasure.
I mean, I guess we're really good at our jobs then, so that's like a little pat on the back for us. We're that good.
Well, there was this humming sound. I don't know if you were sleeping or what was going on, but it just led us straight here.
I forgot its effect on those with weak mind.
It was a light hum.
I'm sure. You, while speaking, look above you, and you see up on the high ceiling with the. I never remember if it's stalagmites or stalactites that hang. In between some of them, you see these faint glow of two yellow eyes as it wanders between the spikes hanging off the ceiling.
So we have two companions. We're all looking for something. Maybe we can work something out between all of us. We get a little, we'll leave you alone. I'm not gonna have to blow you to Kingdom Come.
Tell me, are your lives precious to you?
Yes, I do like living. Yeah, breathing's a good thing for me.
All right.
Good. Leave everything you have behind.
So you want dynamite and cigars, is what you're saying. Mostly cigars.
I want your armor, your weapons, your gold, everything on you that you hold treasure.
How about I do you one better? I have this really annoying elf companion. You can have him for all eternity.
You make a great, you make a great servant.
I think I might already have one or two.
But you could have three. You're like almost every day of the week. This guy is great. He is funny. He's sassy. He would be great for you. I can't even punch him in the kneecap. Enjoy that for the rest of your life.
You look up at the yellow eyes as it's moving around up in the ceiling. And for a moment, the eyes go from yellow to a bright blue as it looks down at you. And then they go back to yellow. I can see the power of the weapons and armor you wield. I want them for my collection.
I mean, if you want to see me naked, it's 20 gold per month on onlydwarfs.com.
You can keep your underwear on. You can keep those. You're welcome. Well, Mr. Captain, from what I've heard you've been called, what do you say? He's afraid of the... There we go. Bojangles. I think you're freezing up a little there, Bojangles.
My God. Maybe it's a little bit better.
Yeah, that's good. Hey, did you hear what he said to you?
Oh, Captain? Oh, my Captain? Yeah, I heard. I do not accept that offer.
You would...
but I was also seeing, can I use my dark vision to get a better look in there?
You're looking straight up. You can see the outline of the creature, large, hanging between the spikes in the ceiling. But it's far enough away, just out of your vision, to not get like good detail of it. But it did also tell you a story of a dragon and the child of a dragon. I think Bojangles puts two and two together. It's probably a dragon.
Does he have a compass for that?
I'll just see in there.
What was that, Bojangles?
No, I was seeing if I could see anything in there, like if there was like any other exits.
Oh, above
or
you?
if we could just blow in, or no, into where the dragon was, into the hole.
The dragon's above you, hanging from the spikes in the ceiling. You look around.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
You see the river flowing to your left, flowing down into this tunnel that drops. The dragon did tell you that all the rivers flow out to the open ocean. So you would rather I take them off of your corpse?
That's how it's gonna be.
Laddie, you've got a ship to save. I got this. As he says that, I take my cigar and light the dynamite at the base to blow that shit up.
All right. We'll say roll your crossbow for just throwing it. And how many sticks of dynamite was it?
Nice. I can't believe you're making me read, Rob. This is rude.
I'm trying to remember. I think you said you tied like 6 together.
I think
You
that's
tied
about
half.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So roll me 4d6 6 times.
4d6 at what?
So on the thing,
Yeah, no, I
D6,
see it.
do it 4 times and do it 6 times. So you can just click it 6 times. Hmm. Okay. You throw your dynamite up to the ceiling by the figure above. It explodes in front of it, destroying part of the ceiling as the large spikes begin falling down onto you guys. Make me dexterity saving throws, both of you. All right, both of you see the spikes falling from the ceiling and move out of the way. Along with the spikes, you see a large dragon drop from the ceiling, splashing into the water in front of you.
How much
It's-
damage did you take?
You don't need to know that. Here. It splashes into the water. Water goes out of the river, splashing onto both sides. You get a good look of the dragon. Its scales yellow, but not that of a gold dragon. More rare. This is a chromatic dragon, a yellow dragon. Now we're going to go over to Thad and Yedra. Both of you hear a large explosion echo through the cave. What was that?
I can only guess. He likes to blow things up. Well, I suggest we start heading that way. He's either causing trouble or in trouble.
Do you think he might have run into something?
Yeah, either a creature or a roadblock, but you don't know until you know. I'm just like hurrying, like keeping conversation, but not really paying attention to what I'm saying. So, like a bit nervous.
Oh, this looks too wide to cross.
Yeah, I can't jump this. I still have some rope. Think there's any way that I can cross? Maybe wrap the rope around me and you hold on the end. I can try to cross. If I can't, pull me back in.
We could definitely try that, but I don't think it's gonna work. I think we should probably head back.
But the explosion was from this way.
Well, remember that one path where they crossed before? I think that was a shorter way across. Was it not? So maybe we could backtrack to there and follow the path that they took to wherever they are.
Yes.
Or we could try your idea. It's up to you.
Let's try this quick. It should only take a few seconds. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it does, I can tie off the rope on the other end. You can tie off it here, and you can pull yourself across.
Okay.
That's a bit frantic, but not frantic, but just trying to rush, because he knows Dougal wouldn't be exploding things unless there was something not right.
So I'll hold this end, and you're gonna try and swim.
Yeah, as I'm like tying a knot wrapping around my waist.
All right. Good luck.
I shouldn't need. I'll be fine. And I'm going to jump in and give it a try.
Hey Rob, real quick, what's a Reaper bomb?
What?
It says I have 10 Reaper bombs in my inventory.
Oh, those are your larger explosives, but your dynamite stick definitely did more explosion as a whole than one of those do. Told you to read the items.
Well, I click the button and nothing comes up, so.
All right, so Thad, you want to jump in?
Yeah.
All right, so you go and try to swim across. Roll me. Totally has a description. Roll me an athletics check. With that, you begin to swim across, and you're actually making good traction, and almost make it to where you can reach to the shore quickly, and you feel a slight tug on the rope as it begins to pull you back as the river begins to carry you out.
Is it because I ran out of rope, or is it just not as good of a swimmer as I'd like to think?
You look back at Yedra. I don't think we should go.
You don't want to help them?
You've actually been nice to me, and I think you're at least a good person. The others, I kind of think, deserve what's going to happen to them. So please, let the river carry you out and stay safe.
This guy.
What do you know that you're not telling me there, Yedra?
I'm sorry, I'll explain after. Get to the open sea, and I'll take you home. As he lets go of the rope. As the river begins to carry you back.
I don't think there's anything. I don't think there's anything I can do to sir. Just kind of let it happen.
As the river's carrying you, you see, you quickly look around as it begins carrying you back, and you see land off to your right, and you look back and you see another piece of shore that you could possibly swim to coming up behind you on your left.
Give it a shot if I can. Try to swim with the current at an angle.
Okay. You successfully swim using the current to get over to that piece of land and grab hold of it and pull yourself up.
Whew. No time to rest, then I would push forward, and there's a little... Does this look like it has a current as well? Or is this just standing water?
It does have a current.
I'll try to go across going kind of, again, with the current at an angle, so hopefully I can get across.
Looking at just the wide distance, you do think you can just jump across.
Okay, try that.
You leap across, just barely, your foot landing on the very edge of the other side, but you make it across.
And I would run up. And would I know I'd be running towards the sound still?
At this point, you're not quite sure.
Okay. Gonna keep going this way. So north is where I was. This is where I wasn't. So
You're sprinting down these cave tunnels. You run into this area, focusing on the single thought, trying to get to your party. Where are they? Where are they? You come to this area, and as you're doing something, kind of cuts off your concentration, your thought, as you feel this hum in your head kind of take root, and so loud that it cancels out all of your other thoughts, and you can't really think properly.
Oh. I'd be a little shaken. Would I still be able to keep moving forward, or would it be like disorienting me to not?
A little disorienting, but you continue to move forward. You're able to move past it.
Okay. And I'm at a dead end. Great.
You follow this tunnel, comes to a dead end. You can feel the hum kind of strong around this area, as if there's like a vibration, reverberation around you.
Well, I would backtrack and I guess go to the north. Is there anything that might say like tracks or anything from Google and Bojangles, or no?
As you're running through here, on the way back, you look down. You can see footprints all around you. Aside from the way you ran in, you assume others have been here recently.
Okay. Then I would run up. And I see Yedra.
You turn out of the cave, and standing there, you can see him kind of twiddling his thumbs, kind of looking around, kind of standing there almost agitated. You weren't supposed to be here anymore. Please, for your own safety, go. He
Ben
won't
Murphy's.
let you leave here.
So you know what's up there.
Of course I do. He's my brother.
So I'm guessing there were two sons, not just the one that you mentioned earlier.
Yes, quickly, but you need to leave after I tell you this. The dragon that was killed had two children, one older and one freshly hatched. The Templars didn't know about them when they slew her, but they saw it happen. The older one, in rage, raised his younger brother to assist. The both of them killed the Templars, taking revenge. My brother, he hates all mortals. So he has me go out and fetch mortals to come here so he can hunt them and play with them.
Told you he was a douche.
And usually I only go and find bad people, people with low morality, murderers, thieves, or much like you, not gonna lie, your friend kind of dicks.
Yeah, but I've known them for almost
And
my whole life.
I usually don't mind, but you're a good person. I want you to survive. Please, just if you swim in the river, it'll take you out to the open ocean. Go back to the beach. I will take you home after.
Just leave them. Just leave them to die.
If you go after them, I assure you, you're going to just die with them.
Will you attack me if I go?
I will not.
And if your brother doesn't live,
Then I will leave.
I don't think I have a choice. I'm not a coward. I can't just run.
Respectable, and like I said, you're a good person. I hope if there's an opening and you don't see a way to win, please flee.
Don't like to pit brother against brother, but does he have any weaknesses?
I can't tell you that. He is still my brother.
I can get them out alive and leave your brother alone. I'll try to do so. I'm gonna try to walk by and see if he attacks or does anything.
You walk by Yedra. As you walk by him, he doesn't even look at you. He kind of turns his head away and looks down.
Walk past. I'm not
Good
dead
luck.
yet. And I'll just try to. Oh, that's big.
You run through the tunnel behind Yedra, and you watch as this dragon, this large yellow dragon, in the middle of the river, stands up through the river, shakes off the waters, it slides down its scales, he puffs out his wings and splashes around. He turns toward your two companions, and that will initiate combat.
I have the most batshit crazy idea. Oh, I'm going to do it. It's not going to be fun for Robert, but
I don't want you all to die.
I'm going to do something so crazy.
We're all
Perfect.
gonna
And I
die.
go first.
We're all
Rob,
dead.
You do
go
go
through. Rob, go through my inventory. I want you to tell me how many explosives Google has.
Well, as an action, you can only use one of them.
No, just tell me how many explosives if I have. Tell me how many explosives if I have.
Don't you have 10 Reaper bombs and now 6 sticks of dynamite?
Okay. So if I were to fireball myself, those would all cause to ignite, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Can you do an
Perfect.
RBI or something?
So Dougal throws out his cigar.
He wonders if the dragon breathes fire.
Okay. What kind of wait, hold on. What kind of dragon was this again?
It's a yellow dragon.
Let's see if they're immune to fire damage real quick.
No,
Hold on.
you cannot look stuff up.
You
These are very rare dragons. You are not aware of them.
ChatGPT, bro.
I was just saying because if it breathes fire, it would ignite you.
So
Can I do an investigation check to see if it's immune to fire damage?
You wouldn't know.
I have a magical eye.
And?
I feel like that should give me some reprieve.
What does your magic eye do
What'd you-
again?
It lets them see weaknesses of things, right?
It does not.
Weaknesses of yellow dragons.
How specific?
Weird. It's almost like it was written specifically for this.
I just hate how I click the little icon, nothing comes up.
Let me see. I have the Magus. If they're open. You can see through it as normal. Grants you dark vision up to 60 feet. In addition, it has 4 charges, and it regains 1d4 charges daily at dawn. You can use an action to expend a given number of charges and cast one of the following: detect magic, identify, or see invisibility as a
Can
spell.
I use that to identify the dragon?
Dragon. Slime breathing dragon.
Reading identify.
Because I have
What does identify tell you?
I have a crazy idea. I feel like you're gonna be like, oh, it's not gonna work though.
Just jump in the river and blow everything up.
Yeah, that's what I was planning.
Identify works on objects, not creatures.
Okay. I'm just gonna stick to the main thing. So Dougal throws out his cheap cigar, finds his best cigar in his bag of holdings. I have an arm that can detach, right?
Yeah.
I detach my arm. I look at my captain and go, I want this to choke that fucking elf piece of shit. I'm gonna run straight at that dragon. I'm gonna cast fireball on myself and detonate all my bombs.
Okay.
RBI.
And I tie my red headband to signify my fallen brothers. I will die as the last of my brothers. I will avenge you.
So, Dougal lights himself, runs up to the dragon, casts fireball, detonating all of his bombs, his Reaper bombs, and his dynamite, causing such a large explosion as Thad, in the entrance of this tunnel, sees just a flash. And then, after the flash, hears the explosion blow back. Dougal detonates all of his explosives, dealing enough damage to clear him off the face of the earth. Kills Yellow Dragon. And kills Bojangles with him in the radius.
Damn.
Yeah, Joe, you might not want to come in here. It's a little messy. I shout.
Fucking pyro.
What on earth happened?
My robot arm's gonna kill that bitch. I hope it lives.
Couldn't tell us to jump or, hey, jump in the water.
Remember I said Dougal likes to blow things up?
That's for the acid, you bastard.
Did him and Bojangles just detonate themselves?
I ran in here just to see Dougal blow up everything he had on him. Not tell Bojangles and kill him as well.
I feel like Bojangles should have had a reaction action. Like, he's a pirate captain. He should have seen that coming.
Well, I'm haunting that island.
He could have jumped. His distance would have been far enough to clear the 60 feet of Reaper bomb that exploded.
I got the dragon, though.
It almost hit Thad. So I'll take you home?
Is my mechanical arm still alive?
Nothing is there.
I feel like I should have caused a cave-in and killed the elf.
Yeah,
Just the elf.
Just the elf. That can live.
Wasn't a bad guy. I'll say one, I'm sad for my brother's death, but he has killed many mortals. I think out of all of this, I kind of feel bad for Bojangles.
I cursed my robot arm to haunt the fucking elf for the rest of his life. I used my good cigar to cast a 5th level enchantment on that.
You know what the sad part is, Yedra? Dougal hates elves, and he thought you were an elf. He probably wouldn't have minded you if he knew you were a dragon. Well, maybe not if you were luring him to his death.
That makes a lot of sense. And one, I'm glad I don't have to keep up this facade being a helpless elf. It's been truly dreadful. But we should probably leave. I think that might have altered the structure of this cave. And I don't think it's going to be standing for much longer.
All right. Yeah.
Here, close your eyes for 1 second.
Alright, I close my eyes.
As Yedra shapeshifts into his young yellow dragon form, he grabs you in one of his arms and he dives into the river, moving with the river like a torpedo. He comes out into the open ocean and opens his wings and flies you both up into the sky as he lands onto the beach outside, where you see a half-formed ship on the beach that has ceased putting itself back together.
Oh my god.
Well, I guess you got your answer on what happens. I guess that's right. He dies, the ship dies.
Dude, I'm sorry. Oh my god.
So, I have plenty of gold. I'm going to pay your employer all that has been agreed upon. I will fly you back to Lyalisk. If we could not bring up the dragon part and maybe just tell them that a dragon will say a dragon was in the cave guarding the dragon's heart, and Dougal and Bojangles heroically sacrificed themselves.
Yeah, we
But
just
maybe
tell the
we'll
truth and
leave
just
the
leave
part
out.
of me being a
Yeah.
dragon out.
Yeah. Could we just maybe go out somewhere else? Cause
Wish us back
I
to
had
life. Wish
no
us
one
back to
else
life.
Back home. I do have Revivify. I could have revived them if there's more than blood splattered everywhere.
I think there needs to be a body to revive them. I didn't see a scrap.
Find the ship, and then it'll revive me.
And honestly, I'm a little afraid that Bojangles might be haunting that partial ship now. So let's leave.
This guy's such a bitch.
Side quests.
So let's get out of here and maybe go find somewhere else, not Lyolas. It's a little boring.
Dougal leaves his mining expedition and goes off to have adventures with this yellow dragon.
Adventure.
The adventures of Dougal.
Dougal?
And Yedra.
Dougal's
Dougal.
dead.
I'm sorry. The adventures of Thad and Yedra.
Ed, Yedra, and the ghost of Dougal.
Google's arm.
Dougal one-shot a dragon. Leave me alone.
Well, that was definitely the biggest bang we've seen in an encounter.
Damn.
So we will leave you with that. So thank you everybody for tuning in to this explosive adventure. And tune in for our next one here in a couple weeks as we continue the Season of Dragons. Thank you everyone. Have a good night.